who I am, who I need to be.
Learning my code was just the beginning. Bringing it to life for the first time is a whole new story.
Dexter, Original Sin. New series streaming December 13th on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
Good. How's it going?
Good, and yourself?
Good. Happy to talk to you today. Cam Proctor from Big Old Bell Media. Today we are here with Carlo Mendez, who stars as Estrada in Dexter Original Sin Season 1, which finale is actually premiering Valentine's Day, February 1st, only on Paramount Plus with Showtime. Carlo, how is it going today, man?
Good. Do you think they planned that? Do you think
I know. I was like, man, what a bloody murder, bloody Valentine that is, right? I was like, wow, that ended up perfectly, man. Yeah. How's your day going so far, though?
It's going good. I'm out here in the West Coast. It's early for me. Well, early-ish. I'm used to going to bed late at night, but it's, what, believe it or not, I'm enjoying this because it's raining outside and it's gloomy. But since we don't get a lot of those days in California, I actually enjoy it. And people think I'm crazy. Enjoying this cold weather right now.
Yeah. Something you don't see often. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast right now, and we are snowed in. We got about 6 inches of snow in Washington, D.C. area. So my kids enjoy it, but not me so much.
Not yet.
Snow days have gone out the window for me because they don't exist anymore. So it's insane. But let's talk about your character Estrada, right? So let's talk about your first day on set, right? What was that like, knowing that you're going to be a part of such a decorated saga that's lasted over 19 years?
I was just so excited. I mean, over the moon. When I first got it, I was like, you sure you guys want me? Did you guys make a mistake here? Because a couple of things, I was like, every time I book something, I'm excited, and I'm like, do they really want me? Are they sure? It's like, I almost can't believe it. And secondly, I look nothing like the character because they were getting all these characters that look like their younger counterparts. Mm-hmm. And I look nothing like the original guy that plays them.
Right.
But, even though it is a big stretch of like 30, 40 years before this character. So, it could have changed, but still. But it was just, first day on set, I'm looking around, so much crew members and Dexter in the prequel. And, I had read, the majority of the script. And I was just like, this is so good. And I was just so excited to be part of something like this. And I just, even till today, even though I filmed everything, I'm like still pinching myself. Like, my God, that's awesome that I was able to. And just so excited over it. And I want more. I want to continue.
Yeah, for sure. I think we definitely want to see more Estrada, to be honest with you. And I'm super excited to see where this goes after season 1. And I mean, into season 2. I know it's coming. It's on the bubble somewhere. But I know as an artist yourself, right? Are you the type of person that likes to watch yourself on screen, or do you kind of like just wait to see what people say and sit back?
Good question. I hate watching myself on screen.
All right.
But I have to do it because I learn. I learn. I look at myself, and the thing is, I criticize myself. Mm-hmm. I don't beat myself up too much over it anymore. I just criticize myself. I'm like, oh, I could have done a little bit better, but it's okay. But it is what it is. But I don't like looking at myself. But I have to, because I have to learn. I have to grow from that, and I have to accept it, because it's still, even though I'm an actor, it's still such a weird thing to see yourself on the screen, TV, or whatever it is. It's weird. It's really, really weird. And people think, some people think that actors that we're all like, vain and love watching yourselves and this and that. And it's an individual thing. There's some actors probably love watching themselves and get on it, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But me specifically, I'm like, oh God, here we go. I get intense and I get shy, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I'll hold my girlfriend's hand at the premiere. I'm like, but it's fun. So, and it's such a great feeling too, an incredible accomplishment to actually be able to do this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, seeing yourself on screen, I'm pretty sure it's a humbling experience as well. But when you watch yourself up there, do you ever see yourself and say like, oh man, I don't remember doing that little thing I did up there, or those little like, nuances or hints that people do? Do you remember those, or it's just like in the moment I did it, and it's like you watch it back and you're like, whoa, what was I doing there?
I rarely remember, because for me, I get nervous about everything. I even get nervous about these interviews. So sometimes like when I do something, I'm like, wow, I don't remember doing that, because for me, it goes by so fast.
Right.
Now, in the moment, I'm focused, I'm doing it, I'm nervous and everything. But afterwards, when, like you said, when I look back, I'm like, oh, I don't remember doing that, but that was pretty cool. Like, oh God, I can't believe I did that. Oh, what a dumb thing. But yeah, so it's one of those things where like I'm pretty sure most actors probably happens that they don't remember that they did that because you're just so involved in the moment and the camera catches everything. So there's things that you don't realize that you did.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you been following, I guess, the season as it's been going along, or did you watch it previously all at once? Or were there parts that you really didn't know were going to happen and you're just kind of following as we're following now and finding out new things?
Yeah, I'm literally finding out as we watch it because I remember watching the original one
Mm-hmm.
years ago, but a lot of years pass, you forget certain things. Of course, and there's a lot of episodes. And then watching this one, I stuck to it every Friday or I work on the weekend, so when I catch up on it like on a Sunday or Monday or so.
Yeah.
So I'm following it as it is. I was only given the script of my scenes.
Okay.
So I read that. But I'm watching it just as surprised and shocked as everyone else.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give anything away, but there's a good 2 or 3 twists and turns in there that I'm like, ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And I'm like, all right. So I'm literally catching up as a fan too, even though I got some episodes in there.
Yeah, you can't spoil what you don't know sometimes, and that's probably how they see it. They're like, you know what? I mean, can't blow it, if you don't know too much though.
Don't know, you can't say anything.
There you go. Yeah, so like what was the inspiration for your character Estrada? I mean, I'm pretty sure there was kind of obviously a script from the writers that was laid out, but were you kind of able to take this character and kind of mold it for your own, I guess?
Yeah, so we all read, I do a lot of reading and, we all read and read about, these bad guys and these, cartel guys and stuff like that. And a lot of these guys are just a straightforward, no nonsense guy like Estrada.
Right.
He's the cartel guy. He's the drug dealer. He wants, his money. He wants power,
Yeah.
And he's the kind of guy that doesn't take anything personal. It's all business with him, which it gives him the freedom to make excuses for the actions and the things that he's done. And he's just a straightforward guy, like, hey, this is what I want. You don't comply, you will be killed, you will be hurt. And so it was for me because I have a very vivid imagination. It was easy to tap into something like that. And I watch a lot of movies. I do a lot of reading, and I love what I love. So for me, every actor is different, but for me to go and play either a killer or a cartel guy or a maniac, it's pretty easy for me to tap into that because, again, I just watching so many movies and I draw so much inspiration from other actors. It's just easy for me to turn it on and off, on and off.
Right. Yeah. That's amazing. Listen, the performance in this thing is phenomenal, and I think a lot of people are gonna be very, very excited. Especially if we get some extra twists and turns in this finale, it's gonna be even more high stakes, honestly.
Yep.
So I saw on a post on your Instagram, you had posted of a picture of you coming out the water, right? The famous scene of Estrada that belongs on Men's Health magazine. So I'm looking at it, and then I see the post, and you say something about you really don't know how to swim, but there's a scene in there where you're doing laps. Was it a shallow pool or was this someone else? I mean, you can't fake the body. It's you, right? So
this is what happened. So when I first got the script, long story short, there was if I remember correctly, it was supposed to be coming out of the jacuzzi.
Okay,
like, jacuzzi, no problem. But then they changed it to a pool. I'm like,
right.
Oh, pool. Okay, maybe it's not that deep or whatever. But I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So cut to get on set, go to Miami. We're getting ready. We're prepping up. The director's like, all right, Carlo, I want you to swim into the middle of the pool. And then when I yell action, just start swimming in. And I remember getting on the side of the the edge of the pool. And I'm looking around, there's a bunch of crew member, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
But if something happens and I start to drown, somebody will jump in and save me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to die. They won't let me die because I have to film my scene.
Right.
So the actor yells cut. Yells action. I push off and I kind of like start doggy paddling like this and doing this. And I did about 10, 15 times. Even at one point, I got a cramp on my leg. And I remember trying to reach the bottom of the pool and I'm like, huh. And then they get, of course, the scene. And I'm like, all right, it's probably going to be like a scene where they just get me coming out of the pool. So, and then that's where you see it. And then, cut to a few months later when I'm filming my next scene, I see on the call sheet, Hector Estrada stunt double. And I was like, oh, they got a stunt swimming that's going, overhead like that.
Right.
And of course, and that's the first thing that my character says. 100 laps a day, maintains discipline.
I know. Yeah, right.
Swimmer, but they never asked me if I knew how to swim, and
that's true.
So yeah, so I knew that I wasn't gonna die, that somebody would jump in and save me. I would figure it out. I just went in there, and it's truly one of my fears, because I almost drowned twice as a kid. So
Oh
it's
my gosh.
my fears, and I gotta learn how to swim, and I will do it.
Yeah, yeah, you'll get there. I'm telling you, man. I mean, listen, there's gonna be a lot more roles that are probably gonna pop up, and for some reason, it'll probably involve swimming, which is crazy. And you'll be like,
Yeah,
what out of all the things, right? Like, just pick me
the
for that.
fears,
That's crazy,
the
right?
fear.
Well, what was it like, I guess, working opposite of Christian Slater and Reno Wilson in this one? I'm not, you guys didn't really have many scenes together, but just being at a reading table and being around those guys, what was it like?
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to. I met Reno Wilson, which is an
Okay,
amazing guy, so much fun, and
right,
I didn't get a chance to meet Christian Slater, and he was
okay,
2 feet away from me, and I got a little shy and
right there.
intimidated to go up to him, and at the premiere, and he's one of my favorite actors. Watching him since the '80s, and all the
Yeah,
movies he's done. So, but he, his aura, his energy was so great, and I regret not going up to him and introducing myself, because I got shy. And then I'm like, he's gonna know who I am. He's chasing me the entire season,
yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing. So, but just to be a part of something that Christian Slater's in was just amazing. I mean, again, he's one of my favorites. He's some of my top favorite movies he's been in. So it was just very awesome to be in something that he's a part of, and I can't ask for anything else.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, along with yourself, listen, your name is out there, man. It's gonna pop off very soon for you. I can tell you. But there's so many big names in this one, and it's very exciting to see how this show is evolved into something really, really big.
Yeah.
So what was the rapport like? There's a scene in there where you, little Brian, little Dexter, and Laura are in this container, right? And Estrada's he don't care at this point, right? What was the rapport like between you and the kids? I know you're an uncle, so you got that gentle side. How was it like having to be this dark character in there?
So I didn't. And by the way, Brittany, the one that plays Laura, is an amazing actress.
Yeah,
She was so good in it. Oh my gosh, she was so amazing in it.
yeah, she is.
So I didn't really interact so much with the kids
Okay,
to just keep that distance between us. And so they can feel a little bit of fear. And those little kids, let me tell you, Brandon Dexter, the ones that play Brandon, they're such amazing little
no,
actors.
they are.
Good. So I just came in without spoiling anything with our scene, and I was just full Estrada, full Hector, and just went in and did what I had to do. And but they're champions, man, because that scene that we had together, they're like, they're scared. There's a lot going on, and still being a kid, like all this, they have so much going on in their head, but they pulled it off very well. And I just kept my distance. As an actor, sometimes that kind of like helps and prepare you for the scene.
Yeah,
So I just kept my distance, and then afterwards, I was like, when we're done, hugged them, and like, hey,
yeah,
good job, and this and that, and
yeah,
they were just wonderful. They were just wonderful little kids.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing, amazing. So this will be my final question in here, but what was it like knowing that your character is the one that started the spiral of trauma for Dexter at this point?
The catalyst. It was
Huge.
awesome. Again,
Huge, yeah.
it was great, because I was like, from the original series, I know that this character, he goes to jail, and Dexter later on catches up to him and stuff like
Right,
that. And it's so interesting that they revisit that and show that.
right.
So when I got it, I was like, me, really? You sure, guys?
Yeah,
And it's a great opportunity to show a different side of me as an actor that I don't get a chance to do a lot. So I was really excited, very fortunate, and I'm just very excited because I can do this. I know I'm probably not seen as I can do this, but I know I can be the menacing. I know I can be deadly. I know I can play that character that most people think I can, and that's a great thing for an actor at my stage to do, because I can do it. I can make it happen,
yeah.
and it's fun, and it's a fun thing to do as well.
Yeah, yeah, man. Listen, just keep following your passion. I know you're going to do great things. Everybody at home, please check out Carlo Mendez, who stars as Estrada in Dexter Original Sin Season 1 finale that's premiering on February 14th, Valentine's Day, on Paramount Plus with Showtime. Carlo, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Cam. I really appreciate it, man. Great question.